Carrying a gun doesn't make you a sheepdog. Your mindset does. If your plan is to rise to the occasion, you're already in trouble. Here we are, another episode in the blueprint for concealed carry. Well, this one might be the most important one. I know what you're thinking. Jeremy, you've said these are important elements, other episodes, this is important, this is important. This, if I had to circle one video in this entire series that is the soul of the concealed carry, this is it. This has to be the one. And what I'm referring to is the mindset. Some of you are like, oh, I've heard mindset before. Mindset this, mindset that. Do you even mindset, bro? I've heard all of those things. And I got to tell you, look, in just about every other aspect of life, sports, your job, especially in sports, I'm going to highlight sports for a minute. Guys that throw the headphones on and are sitting there before the game and they are just getting their head in the game, building the mindset, seeing themselves do the actual actions, seeing themselves make the plays. They're building a mindset to win, and that should be no different for the person carrying one of these. In fact, I would argue it's more important. Let's talk about it. First off, carrying a firearm in your holster isn't a protector thing. That is simply, like having it is simply a responsibility that starts up here in the brain and runs throughout the entire body, hardwired in. And it's only going to do what you've put in for it to do. It's only going to do what you've rehearsed it to do, right? So let's break it down. What are some key elements that you would consider for the right mindset? Protector mindset. Not offensive, defensive. There are certain situations, and I'm not here to dive into all of them, there are certain situations you may have to go on the offensive. Situation will dictate. But for the most part, righteous action may be only called for when it's in the defense of others, in the defense of your family, or defense of yourself. So start wrapping your head around that. Having a protector mindset. I don't want to harm anyone else. In fact, I want to get home. I want to get home to my family, or if I've got my kids with me, I want them out of the situation. There may be a situation that maybe I could extinguish. Maybe I could stop something from happening that I see transpiring, but I have to consider my kids first. They change the game. Protecting your loved ones absolutely changes the game. Again, think about these things. The next part of it would be confidence versus ego. One's going to get you home, one's going to get you headlines. Which one do you want to be? I know I want to be the guy that gets home. I know that's tough, but you're walking through a restaurant, you bump into somebody by accident, or maybe they bump you, they blame you, they verbally assault you, give you the ifs, ands, or whats. Hey man, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. Drop all the insults possible. The ego wants to rise up and bow up to that. Challenge them. I've seen it in pickup basketball before. Guys bow up and get in each other's face and really want to go outside and fight over what was a foul and what wasn't a foul. It's ridiculous. Egos get in the way. Be confident in what you do, be confident in what you know, and be confident in your decision making. Choose to go home. Choose to leave. If anybody escalates it, let it be that person to escalate it, not you. That's another key element to think about when building that mindset, right? The next part of it would be, I want to say, we've already talked about thinking about mental rehearsal. It really is. We've skimmed the surface of this, but mental rehearsal. Absolutely. I mentioned in classes saying, hey, do you play the what if game? Do you sit there in the line at the grocery store, you kind of scan what's around you, look around you a little bit, and start playing the what if game? What if this dude drew a pistol and pointed at that cashier while I was in this line? What would I do? What's my next action? And you start playing these things out while just paying attention to what's going on around you. Or maybe you're sitting at home and you're just having some time, you're just sitting on the couch watching some TV. Play the what if game. Go through the mental exercises of, am I capable of this? Would I be able to do this? Would I pull my gun in this situation? How would I try to exit if I had my 3 kids with me? All of those things. Getting the mental reps matters, because if you cannot see yourself do it, you won't. I promise. I promise you won't do it. I have it in classes out here sometimes. We have people that'll step up and I'll say, hey, you think you can pull this off? You think you can hit that steel plate at 25 yards? And I'm simply setting them up to have a teachable moment with them. And they'll say, nah, probably not. And I'll say, if you can't see yourself doing it, you won't be able to. See yourself get the hit and you will do it. And a lot of times that's all they need, is that little push and the little boost of confidence, and then actually going through it in their head of hearing steel hit, seeing it get hit, and then they actually can do it. It's not something you just pick up on overnight. You got to exercise this thing. That's why they call it mental exercise. You got to do this stuff, right, to build the right mindset for this. The other aspect of it, too, probably last but not least at all, is the emotional control under pressure. Being able to stay cool, calm, and collected. And maybe you're not like necessarily calm, but you're still in the right mindset of making good decisions. Oftentimes, there's the panic button that gets pushed, and we start doing things that when we sit back and we're watching the camera footage of something that's happened, and we're like, why the heck did he do that? Or we see the body cam footage of something that goes terribly wrong, and we go, why? Why would he do that? I wouldn't have done that. How do you know? Were you there? Were you put under the emotional stress of that situation? It's crazy what you see and feel your body do, and then think about it later and go, why did I do that? Why didn't I just, whatever the situation is, why didn't I just take this and do that, or whatever? Some of y'all are like, well, if I've never been in that situation, how do I know what I'm doing? Mental reps. If you're unsure of it, just keep going through the mental reps. I promise you, the more you do that, the more you'll find yourself making those cool decisions while under pressure. Just some key elements there. Think of it like this, though. If you're just one of those that blows off the whole mindset thing for carrying, that's like basically having a fire extinguisher in your house, and you're like, man, I got this fire extinguisher. I'm gonna set the kitchen on fire. Boom, you set the kitchen on fire, your wife freaks out, you grab the fire extinguisher, you torch it, you put it all out, and you turn around and say, see, it works. That's dumb. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do something like that with a firearm. You wouldn't escalate a situation to the point of needing a firearm. That's going to get you in all kinds of legal trouble, by the way, if you're the one escalating things. But you just wouldn't do that. Have the right mindset, guys. Do the mental reps. Think about, there's so much. You can deep dive this stuff. We're just skimming the surface. Let me know in the comments what you think. How important is mindset to carrying a gun every day to protect life, right? Jeremy at Middle Tennessee Firearms Training. I hope this video was helpful. Get into class soon. Train hard, train safe. See you on the range.